Good evening. Here are tonight's top stories. Prime suspect arrested in connection with the murder of Paulette Edwards. A 33-year-old woman found dead in a suspected electrocution incident. Teacher charged for possession of marijuana. Individual charged for inflicting grievous bodily harm. Dr. Ashni Singh inspects ongoing construction of the new modern regional hospital at Bath, Region 5. Denise Lampkin receives a new home through the Men on Mission initiative. Stay tuned for the details of these stories. Please remember to like, share and subscribe to our channel for more news.
Person charged for inflicting grievous bodily harm. Carlton Baker, a 39-year-old resident of Parfait Harmony, was arrested on June 6, 2024, by a rank from the Ruimveldt police station. He was charged today with inflicting grievous bodily harm on Dickie Peters, an incident that occurred on May 8, 2024. Baker appeared before Senior Magistrate Sunil Scarce at the Diamond Magistrates Court, where he pleaded guilty to the charge. Bail was refused pending a probation report for sentencing. The case has been adjourned to June 27, 2024, for further proceedings. 33-year-old woman found dead in suspected electrocution incident. Casey Adele Adams, a 33-year-old resident of Sisters Village, was found dead on Monday morning at her home. Her mother, Bridget Boston, 63, made the tragic discovery. According to police reports, it is suspected that Adams was electrocuted when she touched a metal-wrapped hose attached to her dryer. Adams had been washing clothes at the time of the incident. An electrical defect in her washing machine is believed to have caused electricity to run beyond the machine's capacity and onto the hose connected to the dryer. Adams was found unconscious and was immediately taken to the West Demerara Regional Hospital, where she was pronounced dead. The police are investigating the incident to confirm the exact cause of death and to ensure that all safety protocols are in place to prevent similar occurrences in the future. Prime suspect arrested in connection with the murder of Paulette Edwards. The prime suspect in the suspected murder of 23-year-old Paulette Edwards, whose headless body was discovered over the weekend, has been apprehended by police. The suspect, Silos France, who is Edwards' reputed husband, was arrested in Baramida, Region 1. He is currently being processed by law enforcement officers. Edwards' headless and decomposing body was found around 1630 HRS on June 8 in a swampy area surrounded by bushes at Catwalk, Port Kaituma. She was identified by a scar on her right leg and the clothes she was wearing when last seen alive. Authorities believe Edwards was brutally murdered between June 4 and June 7, 2024. She was last seen alive on June 4 when she left to file a report at the Port Kaituma police station against her husband. Due to the state of decomposition, Edwards was laid to rest. Her body is scheduled to be exhumed on Monday for an autopsy, with the postmortem examination set to take place on Tuesday. An investigation was launched immediately after the discovery of her body. During the investigation, police interviewed a female relative of the suspect, who revealed that she last saw him on the morning of June 5. At that time, he dropped off their 1-year-old daughter, stating that he was heading to the back dam for work and would call upon his return, but he never did. The suspect, a construction worker, is now in custody as the investigation continues. Police are urging anyone with additional information to come forward to assist in the ongoing inquiry. PNCR reports Norton overwhelmingly nominated as leader. The People's National Congress Reform, PNCR, has successfully completed its nomination day as part of the biennial party election, marking a critical step in the process of electing new party executives. The event, held today, saw active participation from all 10 regions of the party, as well as submissions from the National Congress of Women (NCW) and 6 overseas groups, totaling 218 groups. During this nomination day, 7 individuals were nominated for the position of party leader. The preliminary results indicate a strong lead for the incumbent leader, Aubrey Norton, who received nominations from 179 out of the 218 groups. The other nominees for the leadership position included Amanza Walton Desser, nominated by 9 groups. Roysdale Ford, nominated by 20 groups. Volda Lawrence, nominated by 1 group. Gary Best, nominated by 2 groups. Carl B. Greenidge, nominated by 4 groups. Simona Brooms, nominated by 2 groups. In addition to the leadership nominations, the position of chairman also saw significant interest, with 7 candidates nominated. The incumbent chairman received 173 nominations. Other nominees for the chairmanship included Amanza Walton Desser with 7 nominations, Roysdale Ford with 9 nominations, Volda Lawrence with 20 nominations, Sharma Solomon with 2 nominations, Christopher Jones with 3 nominations, Simona Brooms with 1 nomination. The PNCR's Biennial Delegates Congress, scheduled to take place from June 28 to 30th, will be a pivotal event where these nominations will be put to a vote. The party is set for a competitive election that will shape its leadership and strategic direction for the coming years.
Construction, how much percent is completed and when construction is slated?
Sure. So you would have seen that we visited this brand new hospital that we are constructing right now in Region 5. And as you know, this is one of a series of hospitals. We're doing 6 of these, including one in Region 6 at number 75 Village, one in Essequibo, one at Lima in Essequibo, and elsewhere. So there's 6 in total on the coast. As you can see, construction is progressing rapidly. The estimate that I was told is the engineers are estimating that they've completed about 40% of the construction work. You can see that the structure, physical structure, is up. And we are targeting that this and the other hospitals should be completed before the end of the current year, before the end of 2024. We intend, and I've asked...
Teacher charged for possession of marijuana. Bachelor's Adventure, East Coast Demerara, Sharon McCurdy, a 49-year-old teacher from Bachelor's Adventure, was arrested on June 6, 2024, and charged with possession of narcotics after authorities discovered 31.4 pounds of cannabis in her possession. McCurdy appeared before Her Worship Fabio Azor at the Vigilance Magistrates Court, where she pleaded not guilty to the charges. Despite her plea, bail was refused, and the case has been postponed to July 3, 2024, for a report. The police are continuing their investigations as McCurdy remains in custody until her next court appearance. Denise Lampkin receives new home through Men on Mission initiative. Denise Lampkin, a 50-year-old mother of 3 from Amelia's ward, Linden, has a brand new reason to celebrate. On Monday, she received the keys to her own home, thanks to the Men on Mission initiative. Lampkin expressed her gratitude to the government and the Men on Mission for this intervention, noting that her prior living conditions posed a challenge to her livelihood. This new home has taken a weight off my shoulders, as my children and I will now be comfortably accommodated, she said. My previous house burned down, so the only option I had was to come here and build this little home to make my children comfortable. Then, I reached out to the president, and this was my blessing. I thank God for what has been done for me, she told the Department of Public Information, DPI. Meanwhile, Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, Hugh Todd, congratulated Ms. Lampkin and attributed this intervention to the government's drive to promote homeownership across the country. The president made a very specific mention of not leaving anyone behind and ensuring that we are able to reach and touch every citizen, especially the most vulnerable, he said. This, Minister Todd explained, is a significant element of President Dr. Mohammed Irfan Ali's One Guyana vision. He said the government is committed to uplifting the lives of the most vulnerable and commended Lampkin for her efforts to safeguard her family's livelihood. You have given your all, you are working hard here, and we are giving you this momentum. We are proud of your motherhood and the attention to detail you have paid to your family. This timely gesture is meant to bring empowerment to you, he expressed. He reminded that the aim of the Men on Mission is not only to help the most vulnerable, but to tackle social issues through training, mentorship, and community support. The fact that we are so diligent at this level, where men are giving of their service, it clearly shows that we want Guyana to be a One Guyana, and this is testimony to that, the minister said. The Men on Mission initiative, conceptualized by President Ali in 2022, has since spearheaded a number of enhancement exercises and is completing about 50 homes for vulnerable groups across the country. Recently, a youth empowerment and mentorship program was also launched to equip Georgetown youth with essential life skills.